Hey beautiful people, welcome to Free Yourself Fridays.
Hey beautiful people, it's your girl Shakima. I'm just stopping in for a quick reading for us today for Free Yourself Fridays. Just to sort of give us an opportunity to have a look and see what the energies for the weekend is potentially going to be like, what we're going to be navigating through. So I hope everyone's having an awesome day today. BTW, if you're not having such a great day, do try to just let the energy dissipate and give yourself an opportunity to, go through the motions of the waves of this weekend, because it is a significant, I guess, come down for us, closing out the end of the week. So what I can sort of see as far as what's going on for us with the cycles and waves of today, it does seem as though there's a lot, to say the very least. I can see that we now have the moon in Capricorn as of 2:39 a.m. So we went from a mutable sign to a cardinal sign. So all of the things that we're changing, we're now going to be putting those things into action today. We're now going to be putting that into action by way of our life's purpose, because Capricorn is the 10th house. And the 10th house is all about purpose. It's all about life's work and social status. So how we are projecting ourselves out there into the world today is going to be based on the changes that we've kind of gone through over the course of this week thus far. And Capricorn is actually ruled by Saturn, which, Saturn is the planet of karma. It is one of the malevolent presences in the astros, so it does come with a lot of heavy energy. That's probably the best way that I can put it. There's a lot of density when Saturn, when the moon is traveling through Capricorn, which is ruled by Saturn. So for today, it does seem as though we are going to be dealing with a lot of confusion, and I'm going to tell you guys why. We're going to be dealing with the organs that are going to be impacted by today's moon transit are the backbone, joints, knees, skin, and hair. Now, our hair is a physical representation of our antennas. It's where we receive our downloads. That's why we've got the crown chakra. And where the actual hair is going to be impacted with the Saturn, I guess, energies, with the moon being in Capricorn, it is going to cause a lot of confusion for us, because we're going through the crown chakra activation. And with that, what we're going to be forced to do by the forces, encouraging our growth, we're going to be trying to clear away some of the things that may not necessarily best represent who we are today, but may still subsequently maybe give people an impression of who we have been. Maybe a month ago, a year ago, 2-3 years ago even. But we haven't necessarily taken the time to break away from some of those patterns. We haven't necessarily given ourselves an opportunity to reprogram our mind, reset our state of being, and give ourselves the opportunity to really show up as that new vibration of ourselves, instead of just going back into that low vibrational tendency as soon as we are triggered. So that is something to bear in mind as we navigate through the energies of this Capricorn moon today, because it is going to be giving us an opportunity to really put a lot of the changes that we have sort of seen over the last few days since the start of the week into physical action and manifestation up. So I hope that you guys are really going to be able to effectively utilize the actual information. I'm just going to go ahead and get straight into the reading for us today, guys, just to give us an opportunity to see what the energies of the weekend is going to bring for us. And it's interesting because I've just seen at the bottom of the card that, at the bottom of the deck, that it's the same card that's been kind of popping up for us. So let's have a little look. What is the divine guidance spirit for my life warriors for today, Friday, the 1st of November? I do also want to put across as well, guys, why everything is now being put into action is because Mercury is effectively now in retrograde as of yesterday. So Mercury is in retrograde, and it will be in retrograde for at least the next 3 weeks. I want to say 2.5 to 3 weeks. So it is going to be giving us an opportunity to be able to effectively communicate the things that are disrupting our spirit, that are, maybe impacting us in a negative way as we're trying to move into this next best version of self. So do be mindfully aware of that as you navigate through the energies of today, because that would also impact us drastically, considering that we were channeling through the emotions of anger yesterday as Mercury effectively went into retrograde yesterday on Thursday, the 31st of October. So where we're now in, a new month, November is the 11th month. More rather, and that is the number 11 is essentially a gateway. It's a gateway for new beginnings. It's a gateway for change. It's a gateway for new opportunities. And it's also a gateway for endings, because in order for something new to come into manifestation, the old has to dissipate, the old has to die. So do just bear that in mind as you navigate through the process. We are getting crown chakra activation that is subsequently going to be impacting our root chakra. It's going to be impacting the way that we see ourselves, our personal image of self. Again, considering as well that we're navigating through the energies of the Aries full moon going into the Taurus full moon, which will be happening sometime this month for us as well, sometime next week to be in fact. Okay, so just bear that in mind. I just wanted to put that out there. So it seems as though in the past we've been holding on to contracts, blindly holding on to contracts that serve us and contracts that may no longer be in alignment with us. And for the most part, in the present moments, we are going to be giving ourselves an opportunity to, I guess, go into contracts that's going to give us an opportunity to create the happy family circumstances that we want, the harmonic circumstances that would make us feel a little bit more comfortable, make us feel a little bit more like things are working in our favor versus working against us. And moving forward, it does seem as though there are a lot of caring connections. There's a lot of disruptions that may impact our relationships with loved ones as we, go through the process of breaking some of these old patterns down so that we can formulate new constructive behavioral traits as a result of the new belief systems that we're putting into place for ourselves. Okay, I can see that there's going to have to be a lot of forgiveness for past indiscretions as we navigate through the process, because that's potentially why a lot of the anger is showing up for us at some point this week. The crown chakra, the third eye chakra is, working overtime because the density of the negative emotions of the things that we're still holding on to, they're no longer serving us, and Spirit's giving us an opportunity to actually reconnect to our highest vibration of self. And moving forward, we won't necessarily need to be in our temple path. We don't need to necessarily go within ourselves as deeply if we are communicating directly what's actually going on internally for us. So that's something to bear in mind. Don't bottle things up, basically. Give yourself an opportunity to speak as soon as your avatar is letting you know that you are at a discomfort with whatever circumstances are transpiring around you. Okay? What is the divine guidance, Spirit, for my life warriors for today, Friday, the 1st of November? Okay, guys. So for this transit that we're going through, the undertone of this is that we are going to be dealing with a lot of stormy weathers. There's definitely going to be a lot of stormy warnings because we are, again, like I mentioned, going through the Mercury retrograde transit. Spirit saying that we need to strategize on some of the contracts that we've made in the past, some of the spirits that we're still holding on to, the low vibrational reflections of ourselves. Spirits like envy, there's an alternative to navigating through contracts with the spirit of envy. We don't need to look outside of ourselves. We don't need to compare ourselves to anyone, because who we are is perfectly good enough. Our journey is unique, as it is a unique and significant representation of us. So we don't need to be looking outside of ourselves at what other people have as a representation of what we don't have. It's actually a representation of our purpose here, because we don't have the same things that they have. So that spirit can work through us in another way, in another direction, in another course of action. And moving forward, there will be some moodiness, there will be some jealousy, which is interesting because I released the spirit of jealousy for my Scorpio new moon transit. So moving forward, there will be some jealousy of maybe people that have hurt you in the past, and the fact that it feels as though their lives are just continuing and they're not being punished and they're not being penalized for the negative actions that they have, put across against you. But all is not as it appears, beloveds. I think, sometimes we want God to punish on our times, and God doesn't punish. God gives us an opportunity to come to realization. So maybe those people aren't at the place where they realize their wrongs just yet, that maybe they're not at the place where they can be honest enough with themselves to realize how much they have kind of projected their flaws out into the external realms. But I can see that for some of us, we are going to be tied up in these connections, as toxic as it may appear to be on surface. We just love who we love, and some of these people may be family, some of these people may be people that we're still carrying in our heart chakra. So we just need to honor the fact that we are still emotionally invested in the space, and give ourselves an opportunity to work through some of that emotional attachment as we navigate through the process of releasing and letting go and forgiving. Okay, beloved? I hope that was useful for you guys. As per usual, guys, I'm sending you guys nothing but love, light, and positive intentions for the journey ahead. If you guys haven't already done so, definitely be sure to check out the link in my bio, where you'll be able to access me via my other social media channels, as well as book me for a personal reading or mentorship session, or even energy work to work through some of these entities of jealousy and envy that may be showing up for us over the course of the weekend. Okay? Happy forgiveness, happy offloading of your heart, and happy clearing of the third eye, actually, which is interesting. Third mind, because sometimes we are perceiving through the lenses of our physical eye, which is the past and the present. And the third eye is our mind of the future representations of self and reflections as such. So I guess happy third mind clearing. I will see you guys in the next one. And until then, Ashe. God bless. Mwah.
That's all, folks. Thanks for watching. See you next time.